So we are seated before any form or picture or symbol that you like. Or perhaps it is simply a vase of flowers. So the first thing that we have to do is enter into our sacred space. Sacred space, the one that you have physically created, specifically for the purpose of prayer, japa, and meditation. What is japa? It is the thoughtful repetition of that name, which is the sound embodiment of your highest ideal. Of course, the most common form is the sound symbol Om. And just to remind ourselves of the start of a process, we listen to the commencement bell. We can take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we can exhale that sound symbol Om. Let's do it in a meditative way, understanding its meaning as the first universal expression of the first vibration that we call the universe. What we call the universe is nothing more than variations, oscillations, manifestations of that one cosmic sound. Let us consider what occurred. We were able to amplify the sound, that is the vibration of the vocal cords. But even before that, we had to formulate this sound symbol in our minds. And as we did that, the vocal cords responded. Perhaps we can still feel the remnants of that vibration. Let's consider how that vibration spreads throughout every part of the body. Let's feel how it vibrates beyond any so-called borders of the body. Let us spread it to the atmosphere around us for whatever is in front, whatever is behind, above, below, whatever that is this sound Om. Om is everything. And so before we commence, let us sit in the divine presence of this vibration. This is the divine, that dispenses divine grace in us and through us and around us. And this vibration is not just a physical sound. This vibration is the voice of God. This vibration embodies rhythm, coordination, harmony, orderliness. And when we feel it, we can respond to its presence as love. We have human love, and the human love is just an echo of this divine will that creates, that preserves, that guides, that pushes us forward so we can unfold. That is our destiny. From that we came, to that we were born, by that are we sustained, and to that are we returning. This manifests as our glorious world. As we peer into it more and more, it becomes more extensive and expansive. Never-ending space. Most of that space, empty space. But within it, we see some variations. Virtual particles dancing, but in a very dilute medium. So expansive is this that we have no idea of its ending or its beginning or its middle. There's only one who knows, or perhaps that does not know. Peering into the darkness that began as darkness covering darkness. Within it, let us feel it is not empty, it is full. Let us feel that fullness all around us. Let us make an assertion, may all beings be happy. Beings mean everything that moves, everything that vibrates. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be blissful. Let us mentally distribute fragrant flowers on all beings. Let us allow this fragrance, which is very subtle, spread. Let our goodwill be dispensed everywhere. Let us assert strong, true, wise, full, free, beauty, goodness, love, harmony. To enforce this once more, let us once more repeat this Om some 3 times. us add to this primary mantra the mantra of your own, either given by a competent teacher or an extension that has a meaning that embodies and encapsulates your most beloved representation of the highest absolute, that which we call our personal God, which is also our personal friend, our personal beloved, the dispenser of our goodness, that which dwells within everything, occupies every space. The person who knows that being attains the highest. But it is hidden from us. It is hidden from our outer vision. It is hidden from our sounds. In its pristine form, it is hidden. And yet, the forms themselves are that. Let us see what the mental space contains. Let us look at any fleeting thoughts, feelings. We take for granted that you are seated in the midst of the divinity. We take it for granted that you are seated comfortably with the chest, the neck, and the head arranged in a straight line. And from this observational point of view, we can see, we can witness the comings and goings that come up from the depths of the unconscious mind. Fleeting thoughts, concerns, possibly anxieties. But we can equally bring up the highest and most beautiful thoughts that we have. Because although that highest essence is hidden in secret place, it mixes and mingles with the relative world. That means that, carefully looked at, we can see this absolute manifest as glory everywhere. We can see it in thought itself, no matter what its quality, or what its subject, or what forms and avenues it takes. The current is steady and comes from the deepest source of your own being. The grace of God comes as the flow of thought, the act of thinking itself puts us in touch with the source of all. And we have to assert, I am the observer, observing thoughts arise, observing how they have their play and how they diminish. All things in the universe arise, have their play and diminish. That is, all things behave like waves in an ocean that come and go. Now let us now imagine that before us is such an ocean. Let us see the ripples of the waves coming in a rhythmic, steady way. Not just landing on the seashore, landing on the sand, but creeping up, sinking in and receding to be replaced by another one. And as we look out, we see an endless horizon in front of us. But what we see, of course, is waves. Some small, some a little bigger. Wherever a wave arises, another one fills its place. And in this way, this great sea, this great ocean, takes on any form. It is pliable and liquid. The essence of liquidity is there. It is a divine grace which comes in an invisible, essential element. And it is landing, as it were, on the earth, whose central core is like a magnet. Manifestation, no doubt, of that subtle element. And as we trace its origin back, things become more and more fine. The combined composition of the water and the earth arises from radiation, that which gives heat to all things. In the physical world, the sun, heat that it gives off, the bodily heat, the power to digest food. Everything that we see, the eyes themselves, and whatever form we see, is a manifestation of that which gives form and color to everything. And we know that it is a combination of something more subtle, an invisible force that is all over, omnipresent, intangible. Invisible like electricity, invisible like all the rays in the electromagnetic spectrum. It moves everything and combines in more and more concrete ways. Where is it coming from? It's coming from that great Akash, primordial matter, invisible, subtle, almost unmanifest. With its most subtle frequency, its most subtle wavelength, hardly perceptible. From this all sounds come, all vibrations come, all ears that catch them. Where is it coming from? Deep within is cosmic mind, the creator of all things, from which this Om arises. It is this cosmic mind that knows all, that is omniscient, that is creative, that gives a sense of existence. It is the source of intelligence. It is the supreme underlying thinker. It is the manifester of all things that move and things that do not move. Its expression is Om. It arises from a great, great ocean, invisible yet perpetual and potential, the motherly nature itself, where all forces sit in a state of equilibrium. It is characteristic of peace, creative potential. Sometimes we call this God. Sometimes we call this Lord. Sometimes we call this Christ. Sometimes we call this Buddha. Many names we give this. But deep within the cave of the heart, this ultimate divinity is hidden in the secret place, which is also in the highest heavens. Now, that light, which is higher than the firmament, which shines beyond everything, beyond the highest worlds, truly that light is that very same which shines here in your heart. As vast as the space outside is that space that is in the center of the heart. And within it are all the worlds of heaven and earth, fire and wind and sun and moon and lightning and stars. Everything is contained within it. And from it we can see truly there is nothing in the created universe, in all time and all space, which does not manifest this divine, infinite, invisible, that does not reveal that glory to us. And in creating us, the meditator, God has bestowed on us intelligence and reason, enough for us to recognize this divine manifestation in the world and in events around us, so that we can respond to it in love. Let this love be like the heart expanding with its inner essence of divine light. Let us feel that it is expanding in all directions to all beings. Let us see it as a deep red that manifests in gold to everyone and everywhere. And let us sink down deeply into its essence. Let us become one with it, losing all our manifested identity. Let us lose ourselves in the fullness of divine immortal being. Let us steep ourselves in the deep silence of pure being. And there we are unaffected by the rocking of the waves outside. There we are infinite, timeless, spaceless, pure bliss, free consciousness. pure being. There no waves are present. Only I am that I am. And as we feel this essence manifesting as the bliss around it, as the vast space, as the movement in time, as the manifested forms and names of things, such as limbs, body, heat, eyes, ears, nose. Let us feel that these appendages are this very manifested divine light, dancing as atomic structures, as cells, fully intelligent, coordinated, either singly or in a community. Let us see how all the waves and oscillations and frequencies or frequency behaviors at various wavelengths and variations are all dancing manifested vibrations from this one divine dancer. And truly that being dances as the universe. Let us join the dance. Let us be joyful about it. Let us enter into the drama. Let us be a player in the play. Let us feel this oneness of existence, even in its variations. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.